Russia, China and Iran are engaged in joint naval exercises in the Gulf of Oman. Among the ships taking part in the manoeuvres is the Russian frigate Admiral Gorshkov, a ship equipped with the powerful Tsirkon hypersonic missiles. The Russian Defense Ministry said in a statement that the trilateral exercises, dubbed Marine Security Belt 2023, had begun in the vicinity of the Iranian port of Chabahar. During the Navy drills, the ships will perform joint manoeuvres and will carry out artillery firing in the daytime and at night, the statement went on to say. These are the second naval exercises conducted by Russia and China so far this year, as Moscow seeks to shore up ties with Beijing and Tehran. Last month, they took place off the coast of South Africa and involved the South African Navy.
Okay, Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutation you Akim out there that's been pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. What you see in this short video clip is Russia in joint naval exercises with China and Iran, which also involved South Africa. They are solidifying their political alliance, their military alliance, their economic alliance with the BRICS, and they showing up their friendship, because what it is the Lord is bringing these nations together to come up against Babylon, and that's prophecy. Babylon being America, and the hegemony that America has financially and militarily all over the world. Because this is the only country that has bases in over 900 countries. That's amazing. But show you that this is the Roman Empire all over, because Rome did that. Rome had bases in the known world who they conquered. But this time they have taken over the whole world. So they have military bases in over 900 countries throughout the world. And you see that naval exercise, these people mean business. You see what's going on over there in Ukraine. Now China is about to start sending military hardware to assist the Russians in that ongoing conflict, because NATO and the U.S. government is assisting Ukraine. Had it not been for NATO and the U.S. military being involved in that conflict, Russia would have crushed them within 2 or 3 months, probably less. But I have a few scriptures. Abba Ratazah, Yoakim will be edified. The first scripture I have is going to be Jeremiah. And I like going to the scripture a lot, because this is prophecy. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 1. No, chapter 50, verse 9. And it reads, "For lo, I will cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations." And that's why you see the Russians doing joint naval exercises with China and Iran and South Korea. Well, South Korea, Slovakia, and South Africa. These countries are getting together for the sole purpose of having a military alliance to come up against Babylon, which is America. And we're reading it right here. This is back in Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 9. "For lo, I will rise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations, Russia, China, Pakistan, India, Iran, North Korea, and even their own allies." We constantly bring out these scriptures because this is prophecy. And you see it unfolded right in front of your face with this video, this short military clip of them doing joint naval exercises, or preparing to do joint naval exercises. And that Russian warship is capable of having hypersonic missiles on it, which carry nuclear warheads. So they're gearing up. So it reads, it says, back in Jeremiah 50, verse 9, "For lo, I will rise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country," starting with Russia, "and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain." Yeah, them arrows is going to be spiritually guided by Yahweh Shah, and laser guided by Esau's technology that was given to him by Yahweh Shah. For this is the Lord's army These missiles are the Lord's army. And the Lord's going to use these missiles to destroy America and its allies, such as where them gutter rats dwell. It says, verse 10, and Chaldea shall be a spoil. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith the Lord. All that spoil her, all that shoot missiles off and see the destruction of America shall be satisfied. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 3. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. It's like if for thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, which means armies, the God of Israel, the daughter of Babylon is like a threshing floor. It is time to thresh her, yet a little while, and the time of her harvest shall come, the time of her end shall come. Because the Lord's going to bring that assembly of great nations against this country to destroy it. So this is in the book of Joel. And make no mistakes about it. The Lord's word is not going to go out void. What he says he's going to do, he's going to do it. America's going to be destroyed. America's going to be destroyed right along with its allies. And them allies are starting to dwindle real quick because all the wickedness that this country is doing, all the betrayals, all the sneaky shit that they doing, blowing up the Nord Stream pipeline, which was owned by 50% Germany and 50% Russia, and you just attack your own ally. It's not Germany an ally of the United States government. It's not Germany a part of NATO. But yet, you sabotage their pipeline because they was getting oil and natural gas from Russia. So you attempt to sabotage that. So their dependency would be on America and other NATO allies. Meanwhile, the people are suffering. But they don't care about that. These devils don't care about that because they're the devil. They willing to destroy their own people just to destroy Russia or to weaken Russia. So like, yeah, I had to get a sip of water. And it says, this is in the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 1, judgment on the nations. So that's what's coming, judgment on the nations. And it reads, for behold, in those days, and in that time, and we're in those days, and the time we're living in now is the time where the Lord's about to bring judgment on these nations. When I shall bring back the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, and he's doing that right before these people's eyes. Why do you think all these camps throughout America, throughout the world? Great Millstone has camps in every nation, damn near, on this earth. So this word is going out. And the Lord's about to bring back our captivity. First and foremost, he's doing it spiritually with this knowledge, giving us the knowledge of who we are, our heritage, our customs, showing us these great mysteries and these great prophecies that's about to come to pass. And it reads, verse 2, Joel chapter 3, verse 2, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat. In the Hebrew, Yahweh Shaphat, which is the Persian Gulf. It's like it. And by the way, Saudi Arabia has put in the application to join the BRICS nation. Saudi Arabia is doing military ties with China. They signed a $30 trillion deal to get electronics and other resources that China has in return for oil. So they saying goodbye to the petrodollar and turning their back on America. And that's also prophecy. It says, back in Joel chapter 3, verse 2, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, which means Yahweh Shaphat, the Lord's judgment, and will plead. That word plead means to judge with them, and will plead with them for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations during the time of the transatlantic slave trade. You had the Arabs, the Hamites, you had the Ishmaelites, the Hamites, and the Edomites. Starting with the Amalekites, they had their hand in it. So they're going to have to pay. It says, it says, they have scattered my people. It says they have scattered among the. Let me read it from the top again. This is back in Joel chapter 3, verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Israel, Negroes, Hispanics, on down to Issachar. You know, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Part of the land went to the Amalekites over there, and part went to Ishmael, and you got some Hamites dwelling in that land too. So it says, and they have cast lots, for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot. Them during the time of slavery, they had sex farms where they was buck breaking. They was breaking Jake by buck, by doing all kind of homosexual acts to them, raping them. Not only were they raping the women, but they was raping the men and turning men out. Making men, turning a boy to a harlot. And so then, it says, let's read it again. Have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they may drink. Yeah, so they was trading. Hey, you had one dude come to one sex farm and pick out a slave, a little boy, and turn him into a sodomite. And then to break him, they will beat him, whip him, almost to the point of death, tie him up on a tree stump, and bust him out from the back, bust his back out, which is totally wicked, in front of his family and all the rest of the slaves, to put fear in the slaves and to degrade this man in front of his family, at the same time taking his hood. You got a lot to pay for. You red devils got a lot to pay for, man. It says, yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, in all the coast of Palestine, to them Arabs and them Hamites? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Y'all all going into slavery. The same that the danger did to us, we're going to do to y'all, except we're not going to buck break y'all. We're not going to do no wicked shit by separating the families, man. We're not going to do that. We're not going to have sex with your wives. We're not going to do that. That's adultery. That's wickedness. We're going to deal with y'all in righteousness. We're going to put y'all in slavery. You're going to be in a righteous slavery. That sounds funny. You're going to be righteously put into captivity without none of the crazy shit going on that you're inflicted upon us. It says, because ye have taken my silver and my gold in the time of the Babylonian captivity. What the Esau do? They raided the temple, took the silver and the gold, burned the temple down. They did the same thing during the time of 70 AD, during the Flavian dynasty, Domitian, Vespasian, Domitian, and Titus. They did the same thing. It says, because ye have taken my silver and my gold and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye may remove them far from their border. Yeah, that's exactly what happened during the time of the transatlantic slave trade. So you got a lot to pay for, man. Notice it's recorded in the scriptures, so you can't get away with this. You're not going to get away with this, And the Lord is putting it fresh into our minds, and we get angry, but hey, we still in captivity. Pursuant to Baruch chapter 3, verse 8. We're yet this day in our captivity, so, and we subject unto payments. We can't do nothing about it for now. We just can learn about the atrocities and get angry and wait upon the Lord. That's all we could do. It says, behold, I will raise them out of the place where ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own heads. You're going to be sold into slavery. The Lord is raising us up. He's raising us up by, first and foremost, by spiritually raising us up first. Pursuant to Ezekiel, the 37th chapter, he's spiritually raising us up, and then he's going to raise us up physically. When Yahweh Shah cracked them skies, bringing death, destruction, and deliverance. Death and destruction to you nations, 2/3 of you people that follow behind, 2/3 of you Negroes, especially Native Americans that follow behind Esau, trying to be like him. You're going to be destroyed right along with him. And he's going to bring deliverance to the 1/3, the hope, the elect, the governing body, the first fruits of the kingdom of heaven, being joint heirs with Yahweh Shah. It says, Behold, I will rise them out. Behold, I will rise them out of the place where ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own heads. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them into the Sabians. That's the Hamites. And they're going to be taskmasters over you. It says, to a people far off, for the Lord have spoken it. These are the words of the Lord, Yahweh, why Yahweh Shah. Let's read it again so it can sink in. It says, but this is back in Jerome chapter 3, verse 8. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hands of the sons of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, the Hamites. To a people far off, for the Lord Yahweh have spoken it. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. And this is why this is going to happen. Why the Lord is going to judge you nations for the affliction you put upon the sons of Israel. Because all these nations had their hand in enslaving the sons of Israel and inflicting them sore. So this is going to be your judgment. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, all the different nations. Prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. That's why you see these different joint military and naval exercises from these different nations. They getting themselves prepared for war. For the Lord has put it in their spirit to do so. It says, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. The weak nations that was once terrified and being bullied by the United States government and its military is no longer being bullied because they have the same nuclear arsenal that you have. Even if they only got 10 nuclear missiles with 200 warheads attached to them, they still have the weapon to destroy you. So it says, let the weak say, I am strong. The weak that was once weak nations have the missile, have the bomb. Whether they hypersonic, supersonic, or that's regular conventional ICBM nuclear missiles. And they no longer intimidate, nor are they scared anymore, nor are they afraid. It says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord, which is the angels. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle. And this World War III is going to commence in the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is the Persian Gulf. The tip of it's not going to be Ukraine. It's going to do it. It's what's going to happen with Iran and Israel. Something's going to happen where war's going to kick off in the Middle East. It's going to have something to do with. It's going to have something to do with these Israelis over there. That's why it says the least of the flock shall draw them out. Because something's going to happen. Something's going to take place whereas they're going to attack Iran and all these different nations going to come up against Israel, and America's going to join in to protect Israel. Hence, they're being destroyed. That assembly of great nations coming up against America and Israel, and whichever ally stood joint unto America. It says, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. The harvest is the end of Esau's rulership. It says, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full, the vats overflow, for the wickedness is great, multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 14 and 15. The great day of the Lord is near, and hasteth greatly in the valley of decision, which is the valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh Shaphat in the Hebrew. It says, verse 15, Joel chapter 3, verse 15. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw from shining. All your knowledge and wisdom, you ain't gonna know what the hell is going on, man. You see, you can't even fix this economy, this broken economy. And this circling the drain is only going to get worse. It says, the Lord also shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake, but the Lord will be the hope of his people. The heaven and the earth shall shake how? Through thermonuclear destruction. But the Lord is going to be the hope of his people, the elect of Israel, being joint heirs with Yahweh Shah. It says, so shall ye know that I am. It says, let me read that again. The Lord shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake. The rulership of Esau and the heavens, the rulership is being heavens, and the earth shall shake through thermonuclear destruction, pursuant to Isaiah, the 24th chapter, the 19th verse on down. The earth is going to roll to and fro like a drunkard. It says, but the Lord will be the hope of his people and the strength of the sons of Israel. So shall ye know that I am the Lord Yahweh, your God, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no strangers pass through her anymore. Meaning, this is when the kingdom is being established. All these nations get destroyed, and pursuant to Isaiah, the 24th chapter, 19th verse on down, when the Lord punished the host of the high ones, which are on high, which are the international bankers. And also, when you go to Ezekiel, the 39th chapter, the 14th verse, said we're not continuing employment. No strangers is going to pass through no more. Why? Because the kingdom is going to be getting set up. And all these nations are going to be in slavery. It says, and it shall, verse 18, Joel chapter 3, verse 18, and it shall come to pass in that day that the mountains shall drop down new wine, and the hills shall flow with milk, and all the rivers of Judah shall flow with waters, and a fountain shall come forth out of the house of the Lord, and shall water the valley of Shittim. The Lord's knowledge and glory is going to flourish. It says, Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness. Egypt, which is synonymous with America, Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness. For the vengeance against the sons of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in the land. But Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation, for I the Lord will cleanse their blood, that I have not slackened. For the Lord will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed, for the Lord dwelleth in Zion. So you devils got a lot to pay for, and you will pay. And that's the tip of the iceberg. All these nations getting together, doing joint military exercise and naval exercises, to prepare for war. Y'all have a lot to pay for. And there's no getting around it. You shed the blood of the sons of Israel, so your blood has to be shed. That's the only way that the land can be cleansed. And I'm going to get there before I close it out. It's Numbers chapter 33 and 35, if I'm not mistaken. Let me get it real quick. Numbers 33. Salakia. Just bear with me. It just came to my mind. Numbers 33 and 35. Let me see if that's it. Numbers 35, verse 33. Salakia. It says, this is Numbers chapter 35, verse 33. So shall ye not pollute the land wherein ye are. It says, this is Numbers 35, verse 33. It says, so shall ye not pollute the land wherein ye are, and this land is greatly polluted because Esau, the so-called white man, has did much bloodshed on this land. Started with the Native Americans, you know, then they brought over Judah, Benjamin, and Levi and committed more bloodshed. It says, so shall ye not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that sheddeth it. That's the only way this land is going to be cleansed, and you will get paid back, and your blood will be shed, Esau, Edom, Red Devil. So with that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Quadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And with that, I'm going to say Shalom.